Okay then, in today's video, we're going to be completing the World 1 Index, the normal and the shiny one. So with that being said, let's get straight on into it. First things first though, there's a couple of things that we gotta complete and do before we start egg hatching, and one of those things is actually going to be the Season 1 Bubble Pass. I've completed it for a while, but I'm not gonna lie, I kinda completely forgot about it. There is a premium version, but for this account, the challenge is that we're going Noob to Pro as a free-to-play player, so we're not allowed to spend any Robux, which includes the premium pass, so we have to stick to the free-to-play version of this. So while I'm claiming all of these, I'm really hoping we don't get like anything too good on the premium tier. Like if I see a secret pet, I'm gonna lose it, I'm not gonna lie. But that is all of the first 15 tiers, and we get the Lunar Deity? I think it's Deity. But now we unlock the Infinite track, which, because we have 80,000, or 85,000 I should say, Bubble Pass tokens? I don't know what you call that. We should have some more rewards unlocked already? No! Okay, I should have done this a lot sooner, but like I said, I completely forgot about it, so all of those like tokens that I had just do not cross over to the Infinite version. That is really unfortunate, and yeah, I definitely regret not checking this out sooner, but it is what it is. I guess at least the Lunar Deity pet looks pretty good stat-wise, so I'm gonna level it to 25, and if it's good enough to go on my team, I'll use it. We also got some Season 1 eggs for completing the Bubble Pass, so we might as well go ahead and claim all of these really quick and just auto them. Although, I will say, because the Bubble Pass is limited time for the specific challenge that I've like dedicated for this account, I don't need to complete it, so I'm basically just using this to give me like a small upgrade before we jump straight into the egg openings. So yeah, we're not going to get the rare pets from those eggs, but I'll take 13 Enlightened Kitties, and we also got a Judgment, so could be worse I guess. Next up really quickly, let's talk about the mystery boxes, the golden keys, and the royal keys, because in the first video and the second video, I said I didn't actually want to use any of them, and I just want to hoard them all up and use them in the far future for their own dedicated videos, where I open them up and use them to try and get all of the pets from them and the shiny pets. Although, I've actually opened up a few of these items now on my main account, and oh boy, you get a lot of loot from them, and I'm really missing out by not opening them, because if I scroll up a little bit, you can see I don't really have that many potions, so I'm really limiting myself to how many potions I can get without using these items, so I think I'm going to go back on that, and I'm just going to use these items whenever I need to, or whenever I want to. I'm still going to make dedicated videos on all of these items though. For example, the mystery box has 2 different pets, so the goal in that video would be to try and get shiny versions of those 2 pets. So the idea is, I'm going to try and get 9 versions of the pets from the mystery boxes, and then for the dedicated video, I can keep going to try and get the 10th one in order to make a shiny. Okay, we're down to our last 4 mystery boxes, and unfortunately, it looks like we didn't get any of the pets. But that's fine, we got a lot of coins and gems, and we also got a lot of items. Look at all our potions now, I did not have this many a second ago, and also, we got a lot of power-ups. We got so many reroll and golden orbs, and also more keys. Nice. Okay, I guess next up, let's try our luck with the golden chests. Okay, I managed to get through about 2/3 of my golden keys before the chest despawned, and also I did put on a lucky potion to see if it would help me with the chest. It doesn't seem like it does, but if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments down below. But if I scroll up, now we have even more potions, and we actually got a few more mystery boxes, although I'm going to hold on to these ones for now. Oh yeah, we also got lucky enough to get our first Abyssal Dragon pet from the golden chest, although we kind of skipped over getting the normal version because my very first Abyssal Dragon just so happened to be the shiny immediately. You can tell because the background is golden and the header is also golden, so yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'll definitely take it, and I think it actually might be one of my better pets that I have, so it's most likely gonna go on my team. And I'll probably save my royal keys for now. There was a royal chest that spawned, but I missed it, so yeah, I'll just keep a hold of them and use them whenever another one pops up. And there's one more thing I should probably explain before we start working on our index, because some people might have already realized and might be wondering, why has my time gone down since the last video, and also, why do I still have the Easter pass on my UI? And the reason for that is because I'm working on this video's intro before I'm finished with the Easter video. So once I finish with the Easter video, I can hop straight into this video without any downtime. Oh, also, I needed more potions for the Easter event, so it just makes sense to throw it all into this video instead. Anyway, now let's move on to the main course, the main purpose for this video, the index. So, first off, I think it just makes the most sense to do the normal index first, and then work on the shiny one. There's no point trying to work on both of these at the exact same time, because if I scroll down to the bottom of the normal one, once I complete the normal index, I get extra luck and extra shiny luck, so yeah, it makes the most sense to do this one first, and then go for the shiny versions, not try and do the shiny and the normal at the same time. That's just kind of wasting a lot of time, and also, I can get more benefits from my potions if I use it in combination with this extra luck. The good news is, because we've been playing a lot, we've actually done quite a lot of the eggs index, so common egg is completed, spotted egg is completed, ice shard egg is done, spiky egg is done, magma egg is done, crystal egg is done, and the lunar egg is done, which I can claim the prize, but because this gem reward actually stacks with your gem multiplier, I'm gonna hold off. 4 million gems is a pretty good amount, but why claim it right now when I can wait until we desperately need it? And I can also wait until I get an insane gem multiplier and I maybe get 100 million gems from this instead. So if you think about it, we actually don't have that much left. If you look at how many pets we need to discover, we're only missing what? 8? Now that's where actually the main issue comes in and where the bad news starts. Yeah, I've gotten all of the easy to obtain pets and legendaries. Now we're moving on to the legendaries that are really, really rare. And also, yeah, the rainbow shock from the rainbow egg is pretty rare. I think it's 1 in 200,000, something like that. However, the rarest pet isn't actually the rainbow shock. It's the null from the void egg. This one's a 1 in a million chance, so that is gonna be very painful, especially to get a shiny version, so this might take a lot longer than I initially anticipated. So, yeah, I might come back to the void egg and leave that one for last, so let's skip it and work on the hell egg first. Okay, I left the game running overnight, and now we have completed the hell egg. We got a few inferno cubes, and we also got a few viruses, which definitely not going to complain about. I don't need them right now. Whenever I start working on the shiny index, we've already made a pretty good start for the viruses. Now for the reward, it's also gems, just like the lunar egg, so I'm not going to claim this one right now. We'll save it for a rainy day when I am in desperate need of gems. So, next up, let's work on the nightmare egg. Well, it took a while, but now we have completed the nightmare egg's normal index. Although I will say, I got the demonic hydra before the green hydra, and then when I did get my first green hydra, I actually got the shiny one before the normal one, so yeah, kind of funny how that works out, but the reward is 2 lucky evolved potions. We might as well take those now, probably not going to use them for a while, not actually too sure when to use the evolved ones, I guess just in case I want to speedrun some pets I guess, so mostly for the new maybe event pets, I'm not entirely too sure, unless I get a 25 times multiplier egg island, and I want to use them in combination with the infinity elixir, but I feel like I should save these for now. Whereas the coin evolve potions, I mean, I'm probably not going to go through that many of them, so it's probably a good idea to always use these ones whenever I need coins. But anyway, the next egg we're going to work on is going to be the rainbow egg, so let's just get straight into this, although this is a little bit more pricey. I think we should have enough coins to get at least one of each of these legendaries, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. It might have taken us all day, but now we have the rainbow egg index completed, so our reward is going to be an infinity elixir, although I actually got this halfway through the night when I got up to go pee. I realized, hey, I actually already got the rainbow shock, so throughout the night, let's actually change up the egg. So I've also gone ahead and started working on the void egg, and I actually got lucky enough to get a null void, so I have also completed the void egg. So yep, I just get 25 keys for that, which I am gladly gonna be using whenever we find one of these golden chest rifts. The only issue is, I don't think you get a notification whenever a golden chest appears. I think it's only for the royal chests, I think. But with that, I should now have at least one of every normal pet from the World 1. So if I scroll through my index, you can see that I've gotten all of them unlocked, so now I can claim my grand rewards, which are going to be the Trio Cube pet, which is a pretty good pet, but I don't think it's good enough for me to use. I'll probably have to wait until I complete the Shiny Index so I can get the Mythic version. This one I think is good enough for me to equip. The normal one probably isn't, but I also get 50% extra luck and also 50% extra shiny luck, so yeah, that is a pretty good reward right there. Yeah, I wanted to double check just to make sure the Trio Cube isn't worth using on my best team, and unfortunately it just barely falls short. The Chocolate Bunny is the weakest pet that I have equipped for my best team. This is just my high roller team, which yeah, sooner or later we're probably gonna have to replenish these. I don't actually know what happens once this hits 0 eggs, but I guess we'll find out in this video. But for my best team, the Chocolate Bunny is the weakest pet, so close, but it's fine. Once we get the Mythic version, that is definitely gonna be replacing our Chocolate Bunny. Also, this is a pretty good time to check out the Bubble Pass again, because it ends in 11 hours, so we got some more rewards to claim before it ends, and we've actually made some pretty good progress, and we actually get a Crescent Empress. This is actually our second one. I don't think I recorded the first one that I got, but hey, we got it. Now, unfortunately, if I go to my inventory, I also don't think these are worth using. No, I think that was actually weaker than the Trio Cube, so unless I got enough to make a shiny one of these, it wasn't going to happen. Unless I got maybe the secret pet from the Bubble Pass, but I don't think that was going to happen. But yeah, I mean, these are just, in general, great. I mean, it's just so much free loot just for playing the game, which I was already planning to do anyway. Anyway, now let's get started on the real challenge, the Shiny Index, which some of them I've already completed. I think actually some of them I completed in the first video. I just haven't really checked this page since then. So for the common egg, our reward is going to be some coins, which I'm probably going to save like the gems for a rainy day. And it's not like I'm like super desperate for coins right now, especially with how easy it is to kind of grind them. So we'll save this for very far future if I'm like super in need of them in like a very short time. For the spotted egg, we get some spin tickets. I am definitely going to be taking that. I also keep forgetting to go to the spin to win wheel to claim my free tickets. I probably actually forgotten again. There's probably a ticket waiting there for me to claim it. For the eye shard egg, we get a power orb, which we've already claimed in the first video. Same for the spiky egg, we get some speed 5 potions, which I've already claimed those as well. Next up is the magma egg, and it looks like we're just missing the shiny legendary, I think that is? The Inferno Dragon. I definitely have enough because we've actually hit up that egg quite a lot during the bubble up pass. So yeah, Inferno Dragon, let's make a shiny one. And then if I go back to my index, it should be completed. So hey, there's a free royal key, which is good, but it's only one. Unless I get extremely lucky using it, potentially. Next up is going to be the crystal egg, which we're also just missing one shiny for. And I want to say this is the flying pig? Yeah, okay. I think I probably have enough of those, right? I have been grinding that egg a little bit as well for some quests and challenges, and yeah, we just barely have enough. Anyway, let's go ahead and make the shiny. We don't really need the normal one, and I'll probably be back here anyway again whenever we get like the season 2 pass, just because we're going to get challenges that require us to probably open up specific eggs again. So with that, we can now claim our mythic potions, which I will say, I haven't really been using any mythic potions. I have quite a little bit more of these compared to our lucky and speed. I don't think it's worth going for the mythics right now in this video, especially because they're a lot rarer, and then we also got to worry about the shiny versions. That's going to take way too long for this video. I'll come back to these in the future, but there isn't like a grand reward for claiming all of them, so yeah, it's on our list of things to do for the series, but there's no goal, so we can slowly work towards this one, and if we happen to accidentally complete it, that's completely fine. Next up is the lunar egg, which we're missing 2 shiny legendaries, although we've actually grinded this egg quite a lot. Yeah, we've already got 13,000 hatches on it, so I'm pretty sure I have enough to make both of those pets shiny. So let's quickly have a look. Lunar, definitely we have way more than enough. And then for the Dominus pets, I do. Also, if you were wondering what happened to the level 25 versions that I had on my team at the end of the first video, I got rid of them because they were just clogging my inventory and I weren't going to use them anymore, but I do have enough anyway to still make a shiny one. So for the rewards, as soon as this disappears, it's such a good looking pet low. It sucks, it's so weak. But also, if you're wondering why I ended up going for the electric pet as like my first decent team, was because it's a Dominus, it looks good in the thumbnail, and also, it looks cool, man. I mean, come on, why is it not better? It should be better. We better get more good Dominus pets in the future. So our rewards is going to be free power orbs. Okay, I'll take that. And that is where the easy shiny pets end. We are now approaching on the harder shiny pets to get in the game. So for the Void Egg, yeah, we're probably going to save this for last. I think this is just the rarest pet in World 1, so yeah, it's going to take us a while. We've already hashed like almost 50,000 of them, but I have got one. I just need 9 more. So yeah, let's skip the Void Egg for now and come back to it later. I'll probably save it for the very last thing that we gotta grind. So now for the Hell Egg, we're missing 2 shiny pets, which are probably the legendaries Infinocube and Virus. I'm pretty sure I have quite a few Virus pets. I think I have 4 if I remember. Yeah, so we're doing pretty good. We're 40% of the way there. And for Infinocubes, I probably have enough. Yeah, I have more than enough. Okay, so I guess let's get grinding the Hell Egg once again as our starting point. This is gonna take a little bit longer. I have only hatched 35,000, so it shouldn't take me too long. I want to say maybe a day and this will be done. Yeah, that took about a day, but hey, we finally have the shiny Virus. The reward isn't something absolutely amazing, it is just 1 speed evolve, but every potion helps. And next up, let's go work on the Nightmare Egg. And actually, as you can see on the top of the screen, they delayed the World 2 update by a day, so we got 24 hours of free Lucky event. So yeah, this is hopefully gonna get me a lot of Demonic Hydras pretty fast, so this might only take me a day as well in combination with this Lucky event. I guess we'll see. Yeah, that definitely took me a while, but I finally have 10 Demonic Hydras, so we can go ahead and make a shiny version. And that is the only shiny pet I was missing for the Nightmare Egg. We already went over it earlier, but we already got the shiny Green Hydra pet before I got the normal version. But our reward is going to be an Infinity Elixir, which is a pretty good reward. Although, as you can see, I've quite literally used all of my coins, so we gotta do a little bit more grinding before we can progress further. Which, don't get me wrong, getting an Infinity Elixir as a reward is pretty cool. But do you know what's cooler? Getting a freaking secret pet. So yeah, while we were grinding for the last few Demonic Hydras that I needed to make the shiny version, I actually hatched my own very first secret pet for this account. And for people that haven't been following the entire series and might not know what the rules for this challenge are, I'm trying to do this completely free to play, so I don't have any of the game passes, and also, this account is not allowed to trade, so I haven't even done any single trade. And for even more proof, if I go to the index, yeah, you can actually see that the Overlord shows up now. It is a 1 in 50 million pet, and it says I've hatched 1. And we get to click it to rewatch the hatching process, which, yeah, I don't even have this pet on my main account, which has spent maybe a couple 100,000 Robux. So, gotta say, that is a very good upgrade for the account. And since we're about to grind for more coins, I think it makes the most sense to upgrade my team right now, because we got some new shiny legendary pets that are really powerful, and also a secret pet that I can now equip. So yeah, let's go max level them, give them enchantments, and hope for the best. Okay, that was actually a lot faster than I expected, and the reason for that is because I only changed out 1 pet on my entire team, and the only thing that changed was we unequipped the Chocolate Bunny and replaced it with the Overlord secret pet. Turns out our shiny Demonic Hydra pet that we just got is a pretty good pet for what it is, but it is definitely not one of my best pets, so unfortunately we're not gonna be using it. Actually, while I'm grinding for more coins to open up eggs, I think it's probably a good idea to work on multiple things at once. My high roller team is actually running pretty low on eggs, so it's probably worth re-rolling these to get high roller on them again. So I'm going to need a lot of gems, and also my potions are running a little bit lower than I would like, so think it's a perfect time to start opening up some more chests and using some more mystery boxes. So yeah, this is actually my first time opening up the royal chest on this account. If I go to my keys, we've got like almost 300, so let's hope I get a lot of potions, I guess. Oh, we got the legendary pet. I wondered what that noise was. I wasn't paying attention to the game at all. I was just spamming E. Okay, well, we got about like 60, 70 keys left, so let's quickly use all of these up, and then we'll take a look at the pets. Okay, we're down to our last royal key. Let's see if we can get another pet. I mean, hey, I'll definitely take more infinity elixirs. I don't think I got any, but that should be a lot of potions. I haven't checked yet. Oh! What? Okay, I knew we would get a lot of potions. I didn't think multiple hundreds. Well, I think it's safe to say I'm probably not gonna need potions for a while. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Although, if we do see more golden chests, I'm probably gonna go ahead and just open them, just so I can get... I think I can get coins and gems from golden chests. It's been a while, I forgot. But if not, I get more potions, so it's still a win-win. Although, I guess I have mystery boxes, actually, so I can just open up these for gems. And actually, it looks like I get a lot of coins, so I can just go back to opening these up to try and get all of the gems that I need to get High Roller again on all of my pets, because, yeah, this cost hundreds of millions of gems. It is really painful to do this again. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about the new Hacker Prism pet that we just got, and unfortunately its stats don't look that great. It's worse than the Null Void. I guess we can go ahead and max level it just to see what its level 25 stats are, and hopefully it's good enough. I mean, it's actually better than the Shiny Demonic Hydra, which I'm a little bit surprised about, but it is still worse than Chocolate Bunny, so I'm not going to be using it on any of my teams, so I guess we gotta wait until I get a shiny one. But by the time I get a shiny one of these, I'm probably never gonna need it, right? Okay, it turns out the shiny Virus pet and the shiny Demonic Hydra pet actually aren't as useless as I first thought. Yeah, the stats aren't good enough to go into my best stat team, but because they're tier 3 legendary pets and they get 2 enchantment slots, that means I have double the chance to roll High Roller on them. Unfortunately, I can't make an entire team right now of shiny tier 3 pets for High Roller, but this should reduce the cost of gems by a little bit for now. Hey, would you look at that? We got the Sunburst pet. This is the pet that you can get from the mystery boxes. I opened up a lot of mystery boxes just to get more coins and more gems a little bit faster. Although, unfortunately, just like the Hacker Prism, is not good enough to go on my team. But other than that, we have now reset High Roller on all of our pets, so now they're reset to 500,000, and we've also got max coins. I'm not sure why the UI is completely freaking out, but it's completely fine. So now we can start working on the index once again, so let's get the rainbow egg done. Okay, it's been a couple of days. I finally have enough Hexariums to make a shiny one, and if I go to my rainbow shocks, you'll actually see that I am halfway there. So yeah, it's definitely going to take me another couple of days, and because of that, my coins actually got really low, so I'm back to grinding more. But other than that, they have released the Update 3, which introduces a new world, which I would like to go visit in this video, but I'm gonna save it for the next video. We're just gonna try and grind out the last few shiny pets that we need. Which, alongside the update, they also introduced the Season 2 Bubble Pass, which I've learned my lesson from the Season 1 Pass. Unfortunately, your points don't carry over to the Infinite track if you've already gone ahead and maxed out the normal track, so we should go ahead and claim these. And actually, was it this video that we claimed all of the Season 1 stuff? I think it was. But anyway, there is the Season 2 stuff, just so we can start working on the Infinite Track version, just to get even more free loot. But again, it's limited time event stuff, so we don't need to complete it, but hey, free loot is always going to be good. And actually, another thing they introduced with this as well is that limited time event pets will now have a little banner that says limited on them, so we know exactly what pets I don't need to really work on. So hey, gotta say, devs, that is a very nice change, especially for my situation where I'm not really trying to go for them. But if they're gonna be an upgrade for the account, I might as well try and get them while I can, right? So yeah, like I said, unfortunately the points from the normal version of the pass don't transfer over and continue on the infinite version, so all of our points that we had reset, and I think we had like 5 or 6,000 extra than I needed. Also, because I've actually completely been forgetting to open up these Season 1 eggs, we might as well use this time to open them up now, since we're taking a little bit of a break from hatching eggs, because my gosh, it has been very, very grindy and tedious. And I'm not even on the rarest legendary pet, we still gotta go for the null void, which is gonna be so bad. Well, I've hatched all of the Season 1 eggs, and unfortunately we didn't get any of the rarer pets from those eggs. I got some Enlightened Kitties and some Judgments, and that is it. But again, it doesn't really matter because as you can see on the side of them, they're limited pets, so we don't really care. But again, if I did get some of the legendaries, I wouldn't be complaining, although I don't think they're good enough for me to use, to be honest. Okay, so it took me like 2 or 3 days to get the first 5 rainbow shocks, but it only took me 1 more night to get the other 5, so hey, definitely not complaining. There's our shiny one, and that is the rainbow egg index done. The reward isn't like anything completely game-changing, but 2 evolved lucky potions, I can't really complain about that, so nice. Looking at the stats line really quickly, unfortunately the Hex, yeah, it's a pretty good pet, but it isn't good enough to go on my stats team. However, because it's a tier 3 legendary pet, I can use it on my high roller team, and I'm most likely going to need to reset my high roller team at least 1 more time throughout this video, so I can replace 1 dual corn with the shiny Hex. And again, because it is a shiny pet, we have 2 chances to get high roller, so it makes it a little bit cheaper to actually get the enchantments that I want. And for the shiny Rainbow Shock, yeah, it is definitely one of the best pets that I actually have on the account right now, so I will definitely be using it on my stats team. So let's give it team up 5 and slap it on the team. Okay, that did not take that long at all, so now my entire team has team up 5 once again. And for the shiny pets, since we're hatching a lot of eggs, I've gone with Looter 5, so they all have Looter 5 on them now, just so I can get a bigger coin multiplier so it's a little bit easier to grind to max coins. But once we're done with this video and I've completed the shiny index, I'll probably switch it to Gleaming 3 if I'm in need of gems, or Bubble 5 if I want to try and work on the Bubbles quest, I guess. So now that leaves us to get the last shiny pet I need in order to complete the shiny index, and unfortunately it is going to be the rarest pet in World 1, the shiny Null Void. Which, I gotta say, I think I got a little bit lucky with the Rainbow Shocks. I have only hatched 370-ish thousand rainbow eggs, which honestly isn't that bad. But also, on top of that, I think I actually got double lucky, because by the time it took me to get 10 Rainbow Shocks to make a shiny one, I only got in total 14 Hexariums, which I think, to say the least, is a little bit weird, because Rainbow Shock is quite literally double the odds of Hexariums, so I guess you could say I'm lucky in the regards that, hey, none of my luck was wasted getting the Hexariums, but at the same time, if I could have gotten 2 shiny Hexariums, that would have been pretty good for my high roller team, so I guess that balances it out a little bit, I guess. But anyway, enough stalling, we gotta get straight into hatching the Void Egg because we need 9 more Null Voids to make a shiny. Although good news is, I don't think I need to grind coins anymore because I have 19 days worth of grinding. Okay, it has been a couple of days and as you can see, yeah, progress is very slow. The Null Voids are so freaking rare, but hey, we got 4 of them, so we're 40% done. But I think it's time we take a little bit of a break from the Void Egg, because there's a new event egg in the game, which is the 200 million egg. So, because this egg is only going to be here for like maybe a week, if I want all of these pets, we gotta start grinding it as soon as possible. Although, I don't care about the shinies because these are limited time pets. Also, when they announced this egg, I was a little bit worried because I wasn't sure if it was going to cost coins or the new tickets currency. Because if it costed tickets, I would need to unlock World 2 and do a little bit of grinding to auto-hatch the 200 million egg. But since it's coins, I don't need to worry about that at all. But either way, unfortunately, I still need to do a little bit of grinding for currency because my high roller enchantment has worn off. I've already got it back on most of my pets, but 3 of them are still missing it, so we're going to need to get a little bit more gems. Okay, that took me a little bit longer than expected, but now everything on my team has high roller once again, and now we've actually got max coins, so I guess it's time to start grinding the new egg. Okay, that honestly wasn't that bad. It took us about a day and a half, I think, to finally get the corrupted glitch, and in total I have hatched this egg about 156,000 times, so let's go check out their stats. First up is going to be the cute deer, which, yeah, its stats aren't that great, which makes sense, it is the most common pet you can get from the egg. Next up is the emerald wolf, which is the rare pet you can get from the egg, and honestly, its stats aren't that bad. Obviously they're not good for me, but for a newer player, yeah, that gem multiplier is actually pretty decent. And then for the legendary pets, the first one is going to be the prismatic. Its stats are decent, 650 bubbles and 650 coins, and then 14 gems. And yeah, I think it's safe to say we got a few normal ones. We actually got 226 normal ones. I then also hatched 3 shiny versions. I didn't actually make any shinies myself, but then we also got 2 mythical ones as well. Next up is going to be the darkness creature, and honestly its stats are pretty good to say it's not even the rarest legendary from the egg. It has 1450 bubbles, 1750 coins, and 24 gems, and that's just a level 1 normal one. As you can tell, we got a pretty good amount. We got 13 normal ones, and I hatched 1 shiny one. I didn't make this either, and yeah, its stats are definitely good enough to go on my team. I'm like very confident. And lastly, we have the corrupt glitch, and I guess if I had to say, yeah, its stats are pretty good. We've got 1950 bubbles, 2400 coins, and 38 gems, so definitely should be good enough to go on my stats team. Although I only got 1 of them, I'm not going to bother try and go for a shiny one, because that's not what this account is about. We don't really care about the limited pets. Okay then, I took the best versions of each of the pets and I max leveled them to compare the stats to the rest of the pets that we have on the account. First up then is going to be the Mythic Prismatic, and its stats are pretty good for a low tier pet, but unfortunately, they just don't really compare to our better pets on the account, so I'm not going to be using it. The Darkness creature is a different story though. Its stats are actually really good, and because I had enough to make a second shiny one, I went ahead and I did it. And yeah, its stats are actually some of the best on the account. If we compare it to the shiny Diamond Hexarium, we have basically just better stats across the board, better bubbles, slightly better gems. The only stats that is worse is the coins, but it's not really fair to compare that because the Hexarium has Looter 5. And lastly is the Corrupt Glitch, and yeah, you can already tell, it's so far up on my pets page, it's one of the best pets I actually have on the account. It's actually pretty close to the Overlord secret pet. The stats are only like marginally worse, so it's definitely safe to say it's good enough to go on my stats team. Although technically, I guess that wouldn't actually be correct to say. Yes, it'll be good on some teams, but not every team. Its stats are overall pretty good, so if I just want a general stats team to do a little bit of everything, yeah, it'll be perfect. But it actually only really excels at being really good for a gem multiplier team. It has some of the best gem stats of my account, but if I compare it to the Diamond Hexarium, you can start to see where the fatal flaw is. Because the Corrupt Glitch isn't shiny, it can only have 1 enchantment, which is clearly going to be the Team Up 5 enchantment. But because the Diamond Hexarium is shiny, I can have Team Up 5 and Looter 5. So if I want a specific bubble or coin team, the Corrupt Glitch actually isn't that great for those specific teams. Like I said, it would only really be good on a general stats team if I just want high stats across the board, or a gem multiplier team, because there isn't a gem enchantment, at least yet. But it turns out that doesn't actually really affect me that much because my best shiny pets are already equipped. The next best pets I have aren't even shiny, they're all just normal, so for now it is just a strict upgrade for the account. Anyway, I claimed my free Infinity Elixir, so now it's time to move on. I'm not going to go for the shiny one, it's just not really worth it. Because this egg is only going to be for a week, there's honestly just not really a great chance that I'm going to get enough to make a shiny one, so I'm just going to return back to the Void Egg, because we still got some more null voids that I need, so I guess I'll see you whenever I get enough to make a shiny one. Probably a few days. Okay, I think it's been about a week since the last clip. I know this video has taken me so long to do. I think going for the entire index in one video was a little bit more to chew off than I expected, but it is what it is. Anyway, I had to get High Roller on my High Roller team again, another time, and if I go to my items, you can see that I've actually used practically every potion that I could to try and get some null voids. But if we go back to my pets and I type in null, I finally have enough null voids to make a shiny. We're finally done. This has taken so long, but hey, the pain is over. Let's go ahead and max level the null void, and then we can check out the stats. So the level 1 stats are 2025 for bubbles, 2775 for coins, and 36 for gems, which is pretty good. And I mean, it better be good because this pet is so freaking rare. And then for the level 25 version, we have basically 2500 bubbles, 3400 coins, and 44 gems. Honestly, that ain't that bad. And yeah, like I said, it better be pretty good. Okay, we got team up 5 on the null void, and I think for the second enchantment, we could go looter, but because now we're done with the index, I don't think I really need coins anymore, so I think bubbler is probably better, so let's go for bubbler 5 now. And since I was already working on the enchantments, I might as well go ahead and replace looter 5 with bubbler 5 on all of my shiny pets. But anyway, with that done, you can actually see that the null void is very high up on my pets page, so if I press equip best, is the null void going to replace any of the pets on my team? Okay, it is good enough to go on the team, which I'm very happy with, although it looks like, unfortunately, the Rainbow Shock got kicked off in replace of it, which is a little surprising because the Rainbow Shock is the best pet you can get from the Rainbow Egg, minus secret pets. I'm actually a little bit curious, so I unequipped the null void so I can compare its stats to the Rainbow Shock, just to see how much better it is, and it looks like it has about like 300 more bubbles, about 300 more coins, and 7 gems, so it's not a huge increase, but every little bit helps. And yeah, like I said, because this pet took me so long to get, I'm kind of happy that it is good enough to go on my team. Although I am actually a little bit curious as well, if I unequip the Corrupt glitch and compare that to the Rainbow Shock, technically the Rainbow Shock is better. Because I can have Bubbler 5, that means its bubbles is going to be higher, and because I can have Looter 5, that means the coinage is also going to be better. So I would only really use the Corrupt glitch for the insane gem multiplier. So I guess I'll have to like change up the team depending on what I specifically want to do, but if I want gems, this is definitely the pet I'm going to go for. But it doesn't end right there, because if I go to the index and go to the shiny index, we can actually scroll down and claim the rewards that we're missing. So we got the Void rewards, which is just 5 Brawl keys. I'm not going to complain about that. But then we finally have our mythic Trio Cube, which should be good enough to go on my team. I'm pretty sure this pet is going to be pretty insane. And also, we now get a 50% mythic increase luck, whatever you want to call it. Which, yeah, I'll definitely take. I haven't really gone for that many mythics. We've got like 5. We've got like a decent handful, but I haven't really bothered to go for these because if I did get any mythic, for example, null voids, I can't use that mythic to make a shiny one. I would have to try and make a shiny mythic, which, yeah, I don't think I'm going to worry about for a very, very long time. Okay, the Trio Cube is looking pretty insane. 2450 bubbles, 3412 coins, and 40 gems before I max level it. Now let's go take another look. Now we have almost 3000 bubbles, 4000 coins, and 48 gems. Yeah, that's pretty insane. Let me go ahead and equip best again. I mean, that is definitely better than the Rainbow Shock, right? Oh yeah, the coins are way higher than the Rainbow Shock. The bubbles, I mean, the Rainbow Shock has got Bubbler 5, so technically the Trio Cube has more base bubbles, but because it's not shiny, I can only give it team up. Again though, the gems are pretty insane low. Let me go ahead and press equip best and see if the Trio Cube gets added to the team. It does. Oh, the Abyssal Dragon got replaced. I mean, that's fine, because the Abyssal Dragon, yet it's really hard to get your hands on it because it is from a Rift chest, but because technically anyone can get it at any point in the game, it makes sense why it's not like super impressive. Okay, I did a little bit of testing with every pet that I own. It seems like this team is the best gem multiplier that I can get my hands on, which this team will give me a 1116 gem multiplier, which is pretty good, I think, for a free-to-play account. And then this should be the best bubbles team that I can make with the pets I currently have, which yeah, mostly consists of the best shiny pets I have, with the Team Up 5 and Bubbler 5 enchantments. The only non-shiny pet that I have equipped is the Trio Cube, and if I go ahead and unequip this, you can see that, yeah, it's a little bit better than the Overlord for bubbles and coins. The only stat that the Overlord has over the Trio Cube is the gem multiplier, but again, that's a mythic compared to a normal secret, so not exactly fair to compare. And for our bubbles, we can now blow over 70,000, which I think is pretty good. And I'm not going to worry about coins because we don't really need coins, I believe, since I'm done with the index, which means I think I'm basically done with World 1, the overworld. Also, yeah, this video took me so long to do. Season 2 has started and is also about to end in the same video. And I'm pretty sure in this video I also ended Season 1, I think, as well. So, yeah, that just gives you a little bit of a time frame. But because Season 2 is so close to ending, the new competitive Season 2 has actually started. So I think for the rest of the video, I'm just going to grind the competitive season. There's no point doing a dedicated video for this, and it doesn't really make sense to include it in the next video since it's so close to ending. So yeah, I'm going to spend a couple more days grinding and basically just blowing bubbles AFK just so I can get some rewards. Which, actually, speaking about the rewards, I've already done all of the progression ones just from strictly hatching eggs trying to get null voids, but for the next couple of days we might as well continue to grind to get a few more Series 2 eggs, even though I don't need them because they are limited time pets. The reason for this is because the next video that I wanted to record for this series was going to be exploring World 2 for the first time, the Gamba world, but it seems like shortly after this season ends, we're going to be getting a new update, which is apparently a summer event, which I think is going to include an entirely brand new area, so I think it makes the most sense to do that before I go on to World 2. So there's not really enough time to do anything in World 2 before the update comes out, so I think it just makes the most sense to grind competitive Season 2 and wait for the new summer events and then go explore that first. Anyway, let's go ahead and claim the rewards that we haven't touched yet. So I think Luck It is always going to be better, but to be honest, if I'm going to be using Luck It, I'm always going to be wanting to use Speed Evolved, right? But it is what it is. It doesn't really matter which one I go for. Power Orbs are pretty easy to get, and I don't really need that many of them. Speed Evolved is way better than coins. Series 2 eggs are cool, but they're limited. I don't need them on this account. It's just like kind of cool if I get anything good from them. We'll go for Lucky Evolved again. Royal Keys, Potions, Infinity Elixirs, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so, hey, we got like, what, 11 Infinity Elixirs? Damn, okay. So yeah, for the next few days, I'm going to be doing nothing but standing in the cell area and blowing bubbles non-stop. Technically, I think the fastest way to get stars is to actually do eggs, but I don't really want to spend any of my rerolls, and also I can pull World 2 eggs, which I haven't unlocked yet, so I think blowing bubbles is just the easiest option. I can just stick this account on my laptop and just blow bubbles basically for the next like 48, 72 hours until the Season 2 ends, so that's what I'm going to do. And actually thinking about it, it's been a while. I completely forgot about the debug setting. I can finally turn it back on. When I'm hatching eggs, I don't like having the debug setting turned on because I can't see how much time is left on my potions. But hey, now that I don't really need the potions, I can finally put it back on. Okay, we're coming to a close on Season 2. There's only a few hours left, although I will say it's a little confusing. Why does the competitive end before the bubble pass? Why is it like 3 hours difference? I don't know, but it's completely fine. The reason why I'm recording right now, though, is because if we go to the Infinity track, we've actually finally got our first legendary Moonlight. So let's go ahead and claim this, and we'll see how good its stats are, I guess. So I'm pretty sure the Dusk pet is the pet that you get for completing the normal version of the bubble pass before it goes onto the Infinity track. It has almost 1,000 bubbles, 1,300 tickets, and 15 gems, which is pretty good for a level 1 pet. I haven't really touched this pet at all, because I don't need a ticket multiplier because we haven't unlocked World 2 yet on this account. And then for the Moonlight legendary pet that we just got, we have 1,300 bubbles, 850 tickets, and 23 gems, which, if we compare it to the Dusk, yeah, the bubble multiplier and the gem multipliers are higher, which is pretty good, but the main issue is I'm not going to be using this Moonlight pet on a gems team or a bubbles team because I can't make a shiny version of it. So the only multiplier that really matters in this sense is the ticket multiplier, but the Dusk is just so much better for tickets. I guess I can't really complain because, like I said, because I haven't unlocked World 2 yet, both of these pets are going to be a good starting point just to get tickets really fast once I do unlock that world, so I will definitely be using both of them still. Anyway, I'm going to go back to grinding for the last few hours that we have on Season 2, and then we'll open up all of the eggs that we've gotten, which, yeah, so far, we've gotten a pretty good amount of them. And now, the Season 2 has officially ended, so let's go take a look at all of the eggs that we got them. So, for Season 2 eggs, we got 211 of them, and for Series 2 eggs, we got 11,750 of them. So, yeah, it's definitely going to take me a little bit of time to open all of them. But good news is, yeah, we can't use luck potions to increase our luck for these eggs, but we can use speed potions to speed up the process. Although, unfortunately, by hatching these 12,000 eggs, I don't think that actually counts to our egg hatches stats on the account. I think the game classifies these as items, not eggs. But anyway, let's get straight into hatching, and hopefully we can get some legendary pets, although these are limited time pets, so it doesn't really matter if I get anything good or not. Although, if I can get any good ticket multiplier pets, that's going to be good for when we do go to World 2. Oh, and we got our first legendary, baby. Okay, so we got one moon deer. Let's see if we can get another one, maybe? And that is all of our Season 2 eggs hatched now, and unfortunately we only got one moon deer, which is fine. I'm pretty sure that was like 1 in 200 to get. We can actually quickly go take a look. Yeah, 1 in 200, so we were basically guaranteed to get one unless we got really unlucky. Let's quickly go over the pets that we just got them. So first up is going to be the Sleepy Bunny, and unfortunately these actually have a coin multiplier, not a ticket multiplier. Also, their stats are pretty bad, so I would never use these personally. Next up is the Starry Lamb, which for new players is probably pretty good if they can get it early on whenever they join the game, but for me, yeah, it's just nowhere near good enough. And then for the Moon Deer, which honestly, its stats are pretty good. At base level, I think it had 1,000 bubbles, 1250 coins, and a 21 gem multiplier. I went ahead and I max leveled it low because I wanted to compare it to some of the better pets that we have on the account, and honestly, its stats are pretty decent for what it is, especially the gem multiplier. It definitely holds up to some of the better pets that we have got on the account, like the Sunburst for example. Now the main issue is, I don't have enough of them to make a shiny one, and also, it doesn't have a ticket multiplier, so I'm probably never gonna use it, unfortunately. But anyway, now let's move on to the Series 2 eggs, which, yeah, just realized I can't auto-delete any of these pets, can I? So that means I'm gonna have to, like, delete them manually myself, which is gonna be really, really annoying. Well, let's get into it. Yeah, that took a while, so I decided to go make some food instead of watching my screen for like an hour and a half, but hey! We have finally gone through all of the eggs, so let's go check out the pets that we got. Up first is going to be the Ground Golem, which yeah, its stats aren't very good, but hey, it does have a ticket multiplier, which should imply every pet in this egg should also have a ticket multiplier. Next up is the Wind Fairy, which yeah, its stats aren't the greatest, but because I don't have a ticket team yet, if I'm missing any pets to make a full ticket team, I could use some of the shiny Wind Fairies. They look pretty decent for a starting ticket team. And the last delay is going to be the Water Serpent, which is the easy legendary pet you can get from the Series 2 egg. Unfortunately, we didn't get the rarer legendary, and also we were just shy of getting 10 Water Serpents to make a shiny one. But it's completely fine because the stats are actually pretty good for what this pet actually is. We have 1050 bubbles, 1400 tickets, and 22 gems. Now yeah, the gems aren't like anything super impressive, I probably wouldn't use it on my gem team. The bubbles I probably wouldn't use on my bubbles team, however, those tickets though, and I have 8 of them? Okay, I will definitely take that for World 2, whenever we go to that world. And lastly, to end off the video, I keep forgetting about the prizes, so let's go ahead and quickly claim those now. So for the bubbles, we've now blown 40 billion bubbles, so I get 4 infinity elixirs. Hey, that's pretty good. And then for the eggs, yeah, we have hatched a lot of eggs in this video. Also, this video has taken so freaking long, but hey, it is finally done. Anyway, let's go ahead and claim my 4 lucky potions for hatching 750,000 eggs. For 1 million eggs, we get more storage. I probably should have claimed this before I started hatching the Series 2 eggs, but too late now. And for hatching 1.5 million, we get 5 Infinity Elixirs. And then for 2.5 million eggs, we get the legendary King Soul Pets. Well, dang, the King Soul Pet looks pretty insane. 2200 bubbles, 3100 coins, and 45 gems. At base level, we haven't even max leveled it, so let's go ahead and do that really fast. It was actually really high up on my pets page without it being max level, and oh, okay, that is so much better than the Overlord. Every single stat is just a straight upgrade. What the heck? And yeah, the King Soul gives me a small upgrade for the account, which yeah, it's only a small upgrade, but any upgrade is gonna be good. So now for my gem team, I have a 1169 gem multiplier. But when it comes to the Bubbles team, it's actually a little bit more complicated than I first initially thought. If we compare the bubble stats on our Rainbow Shock compared to our King Soul, you can see, yeah, the Rainbow Shock just has a higher bubble multiplier, which makes sense. It has Bubbler 5 enchantments on it. But if we then go ahead and equip both of them, why does the King Soul have a better bubble multiplier now? So I'm going to do a little bit more looking into this to figure out what my best Bubbles team actually is. Okay, I did a little bit of testing, but this seems to be the best Bubbles team that I can make right now. I guess the Bubbles enchantment just has a weird interaction with the Team Up enchantment that I'm just not aware of, but in total we can blow 71,500 bubbles now. And I think that is a pretty good place to leave off the video. We're sitting at just barely under 900 hours, but now we have completed the overworld, World 1, until I come back for the mythics and the secret pets, but for right now, we've done the easy stuff. Why did it take so freaking long?